chemistry, get ahead in chemistry, get ahead in chemistry. Chapter 9, the atmosphere and the environment. Let's go. Atmosphere and the environment. Atmosphere and the environment. Now, atmosphere and the environment are all awesome. In fact, everything here is basically about how the atmosphere works and how the environment works. In fact, some people are just overzealous about this. There's a thing called the greenhouse effect, and the greenhouse effect is terrible. It's warming up the planet. It's going to be terrible. It's going to make the planet hot, and by 1 more degree, and then we will die. Well, it's not that bad, to be honest. Sure, if we go to 4 degree Celsius planet, then well, it will have consequences. But right now we're at a 2.5 degrees Celsius planet, and we're slowly rising to 3 degrees Celsius. In fact, 3 degrees Celsius is a pretty bad number too. It's not as catastrophic as people wanted to think. However, the most likely scenario that we'll do is just like go to 3 degrees Celsius and then go to and then we'll go back down to 2.5 degrees Celsius. And that's pretty much it. 4 degrees Celsius is highly unlikely, at least in my opinion. To be honest, I think Mr. Beast did a good job when he made #Team Trees and #Team Seas, because now there are more trees in the world. And what I'm going to do is that, well, you can go ahead and get ahead in chemistry by learning how this greenhouse effect works. Now, greenhouse effect, one of the most important gases and the most common gas that we put in the air is carbon dioxide. We breathe it out literally, and plants breathe it in and speed out oxygen, which we use to breathe. Which is nice. So, thank you, plants. I just wish bees wouldn't go next to you. But without bees, they wouldn't permanent. Well, I think there's not everything is bad and not everything is good too. And like that, you can actually use all this to go ahead. Without this pressure, you can just not be here. And now let's talk about how oxygen rise. Now, originally, everyone was all like, we hate oxygen! We hate oxygen! Oxygen equals death! And the one's like, evolve! There's so much stuff here! Turn! Oxygen, out! Oxygen is awesome! Oxygen is awesome! And they're like, no! What did you do? You just killed us all! And only that organism left. And they're like, guys? Where are you all? R.I.P. everyone except me! Hooray! And they're like, la, home alone, let's go, do whatever we want. And then they went ahead and started creating life, and which was based on oxygen. And then they're like, nice, oxygen people, go complex. Oh, more complex, humanity! And they created humanity. Well, first they just created dinosaurs and everything else, and then they created humanity. And of course, that has a few consequences. There's a lot to actually be talking about here. But the most important one here is that we have so much that we don't know. The fact is, we have everything. We know stuff. But the thing is, we're using that stuff to warm up our planet. Without that stuff, we could probably just potentially save our planet. But the bad thing is, we're destroying it with physics and chemistry. We're using coal, oil, petrol, burning it in the air. No, we're using that carbon dioxide to make greenhouse gases, and it creates the greenhouse effect, where it heats up everything. And because it heated up everything, it'll, well, destroy everything. If we somehow warm the planet enough, we'll basically cook every living thing on Earth. And then we wouldn't live like this. I mean, my teachers wouldn't live to see it. Well, they might. But I would definitely live to see it, and I don't want to see it. That's pretty much it for this episode. What a very depressing episode. Also the reason why we created the gunpowder. Haha. And finally, next time, we're going to talk about why chemistry matters. I always say physics. Why chemistry matters. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and have a nice reflection dihydrogen oxide. Let's not use that cup. I put some pens in it. I just realized that. Bye-bye! And don't choke. Boo!